welcome in to the new members and to the old members that have found their way back to the community. I need you just as much as you need me. I've come on again here to do a second morning update so that we can touch base on what's going on within the XRP technical analysis as XRP breaks bullish out of this short-term bull flag that we formed here in the past 24 hours or so. So this could be a nice indication that we may be pushing up now in the immediate short term to try to retest the 617 resistance. And it looks like it's going to at least allow a little short-term bullishness here on the XRP price. So at least to start the weekend, we could have went one of two ways. We could have broke down, and this very easily could have broke down to this 568 area. But as we talked about this morning, if we broke bullish here, we should be coming up to this 619 area to set up a retest. And within this pattern formation that's set up, if we can start using for the first time in this pattern formation, and this is why I want to make it very clear. I want to make it very clear. We're the most bullish we've been in a very long time for XRP, in over 2 years, in my opinion. Since the cup and handle formed, it's the first time that we've actually been able to sustain any kind of real uptrend without going back to the 2020 uptrend that started that formation back in January of 2018 when XRP at all-time highs. We took 27 months to get down to March of 2020 when we retested that area. So that's the importance of that uptrend. Well, I guess you could say we're the most bullish we've been in 78 months because it's the first time we're not trying to go back down to 30. Right now, we should have gone back down to 38.8 cents already. But we continuously are getting held up by this uptrend. So does this mean that we've started to form a new area here because we went up from 94 cents? And even when we came back down, we never gave up this new area. Which means that we've created a floor here all of a sudden in January of this year at 48.7 instead of having to come all the way back down to a 78-month consolidation support uptrend right now that should have had us back at some point here in the last couple months at 38 cents. But instead, we continue to bounce. We continue to consolidate. So does this mean we've now formed our new uptrend here, which I would like to think we have? I would like to think we have, honestly. But, only time will tell. But I would like to think we're starting to form this new uptrend here. But, we really don't know until we see if we can play out of this area. And this is why I say we're in the most important part of this pattern as well than we've been in a very, very, very long time. And it's pretty important here that for XRP, we get this continuation and we do start to use this as the new uptrend. Now we're coming through. So support, we never came through. Support, support, support. We're starting to show a lot of credibility here. And then within this formation here, as we're able to update it, as we know in the last few days, as we've gotten another hit of support here, we've created a descending triangle within this consolidation. These are bullish continuation patterns. These are not bearish. And if we look another step up, if we look at the XRP Bitcoin pairing, and I've made this correlation now here for everybody several times, look at this part of the pattern, and it's pretty obvious that this is taking the exact same route as some of our precious metals now. Our commodity stocks, if we look at that, it looks like it set up that exact same formation as we see in First Majestic in a much wider pattern. So you have to pull this out a little bit into a higher time frame because it's been happening over more time. But it's got that same setup. The XRP Bitcoin pairing is just in a smaller time frame, but it still has that same breakout potential. You can even see it here with Newmont Mining. It's the same kind of formation. And then if we go back to the XRP Bitcoin pairing, you have to bring it down into a smaller time frame because this is happening in more of the 3-hour time frame. It's easier to identify, but you can see that same drop down in the same formation. This is within the extension zone, it looks like, to where we're about to have some kind of move here. And if we do break up, we've got a nice move coming here up to the 1099 level. And that could speak to either XRP is going to move much quicker than Bitcoin, or on a drop down, Bitcoin's going to drop a lot faster than XRP here. But it looks like we're getting closer to a breakout attempt here. Bye, Mimi. And all of these are speaking to a potential breakout here. So if this does break to the top side, we've got a nice move coming. The XRP Bitcoin pairing, it could be speaking to us right now. If we're looking at this, we could be looking at a move of somewhere around 25% from current space. So we very much might be having a breakout attempt here within the crypto, within XRP, and as it's relative to Bitcoin. So in first signals here, we've coming out of the short-term consolidation, or at least this little bull flag, and now this should bring us up no less than a retest. So everybody would ask, well, where do we buy in if we want to go long here, if we're trying to leverage trade, which I don't advise it, but if you're going to do it, because you're going to be looking for that 4.2% rally on this continuation, so just ride the bull flag. If the bull flag holds support, you're good. So right now you'd be looking for a hold at around 592 roughly, even though I should probably draw this in perfectly. I don't know, I still like the way it looks. Even though it's, let's make this official. Now that it bounced off of it, we speculated it was a bull flag. Played off as a bull flag as we figured it would. So now if we look at this legitimately, I think it, well, let's see. Something like that. So we're looking for a bounce up here. So we'd be looking for a retest. And that's why it came back. That's why it's trying to come back down. We're looking for a retest. 58.8 cents if it comes all the way through. But I don't know if it's going to come all the way down. It bounced off of 58.7. That's 58.9. Right now it's at 59.3. No, it doesn't need to do that, because if we look at it with what it showed us, the evidence, it's actually set up a little bit different. Because the evidence suggests that it was something more like this. We were just speculating, but if we look at the breakout, we want to do this professionally so that we get the proper target here. Would have been something like that. So now you're looking for a hold at around the 593 level, if you look at it from this perspective. Otherwise, it was just a nice little rally, but we do have an inverted hammer here in the 15-minute. It looks like it's working into 30-minute. It's an engulfing candle. It's just now we need to continue. If we get volume here in a continuation, so we're looking at the 593 area. If we hold 59.3 cents, it's signaling a continuation here. In the technical target, we can easily figure this out because it formed this little bit of a channel. But it's a bull flag consolidation is what it really is. Especially how quickly it broke out to the top side if it continues. As long as this isn't a fake out, you would be targeting a short-term move at least to retest that 60-cent area just off of this little consolidation, but off of the entirety of the flag. So basically to confirm this bounce off of this bull flag and to get the entirety of this move, you have to get on top of that short-term measurement we just took. But then once you get on top of this, it's going to confirm this breakout target, which it's signaling a move to right around 61.68 cents off here. So this is signaling a move back to resistance. So if you're looking at this logically, we would have the short-term move that would get you up to 60 cents. And that's just what this short-term consolidation is pointing to. And then once you get on top of that, it would be the confirmation of this signal on this break and hold. The confirmations to be to get on top of and hold 60.03, so 60 cents. And then your target would be 61.68 cents. So basically what it's telling you is we're looking for, as long as we don't break back below the 593, 594 level, we still have another roughly 4% here on this move, about 4%. And then we have about 1.15% to get up to that 60-cent resistance that has already showed us that it's going to be formed up there based on the consolidation. So that's what we're looking at. So use that information wisely. But it really does look like we're building into some kind of continuation pattern of the upside here for the weekend. And this is nice to see. This is nice to see. So we'll see how this plays out as the weekend goes. But I like the way that looks right now. I do. And I like that analysis. So that's a little more defined analysis within what's going on with the XRP chart. And real quick, let me do the morning intro real quick. Please make sure to hit that like button so YouTube recommends this update. I would greatly appreciate that and allow us to pop up in more YouTube feeds, as less and less people are watching about XRP at the moment. So I really would appreciate if you would hit that like button so more people that can find their way to this information, because it's very important this morning, because we're on the verge of about a 4% continuation here. And then if we were to get on top of this descending triangle, that would signal a move up to around 75.7 cents. So this could be our first step in a continuation here. So just pay attention to what's going on here. These are the very short-term targets. Off of the short-term bull flag would get you up to 61.68. But off of that short-term consolidation on the flag, on the bull flag consolidation, we would have or it actually looks more like a pennant flag. But off of the pennant, you have to get past it's about 60 cents. You get on top of that, and it's going to confirm the signal to 61.68 cents. And then ultimately, if we break up past there and hold, the signal there would be up to 75 cents. And that would be a rather intriguing move there. So, good morning. 11:38 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Saturday, April 6th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. And I thought that this was a very important analysis. I really do. I thought this was important because right now XRP, it's really at a moment for us. And if it does continue to make this breakout attempt here, it's going to be pretty impressive. Because if it can get past this descending triangle resistance, which it looks like we're going to retest here now, we have every reason to believe we're about to have a 4% bullish push here. Unless we fall back down below 593 and we give this back, this should be a bullish continuation. So in the area it's in right now is where it should hold if this is going to remain bullish. So use this information wisely. And if you're an XRP holder, don't give up. We're very bullish right now. Everything is showing bullishness despite the bearish tendencies by the media, by what we're seeing and everything related to XRP. Everybody's acting like everything's negative. The charts are speaking a different tone here. In fact, we have not been this bullish in a couple of years. The bullish cup and handle is formed, and now we're starting to show bullish structures to break out of this bullish handle. That's very dangerous if we break to the top side. And we already looked at the XRP Bitcoin pairing. That's showing the exact same momentum. Bitcoin right now is up 273 points to 68,135. And Bitcoin itself looks like it's getting ready for a breakout. And we've been talking about this for a couple days. It's set up on its own flag here. So if you're asking me, we can put this back up. We had it up yesterday. I'm not exactly sure what happened to it after the live. But this is signaling it's trying to break back up to the top. And then if it breaks out of there, we've already got it measured out very nicely to where Bitcoin is technically going to run up to. But we can see this is what it's trying to break out of. And it's showing the first signs here that we're breaking out this weekend. Right now. You're seeing it right now. I came back on to show this only because we're back testing all of this. Bitcoin, XRP, it's all one and the same right now, the way the movement's happening on this particular move. But you're talking about first move for Bitcoin would be 69,000. What is that? 339 here. And then if we actually move the entire length of the flag, it's a slightly higher target, just like how XRP is. You got two targets. And that brings you right up to the resistance right now of 70,592. And we all know if we break out of here, this is just like with XRP, what we're seeing. The continuation on Bitcoin is 79,377. And we speculate that Bitcoin, if you look at this from a wider scale, if we actually break this up, it looks like it could be just on a gigantic bull flag if you actually look at it like in the daily perspective. Or especially if you start looking at it in higher time frames, it doesn't look very bearish to me. It looks like we could have a bullish continuation. And like my target is just out of this initial consolidation push up. If we get on top of there, there's higher targets that this can reach. I mean, if the entirety of this is a flag, you'd be talking about in the 115 to 130,000, but you got so many things to meet that I'm not going to fluff it up with that. Right now, the short term, that's what we're looking at. And it's much easier to see what's actually going on if you break it into the shorter time frames. Because we're really building up into these bullish tendencies now, just like with XRP. So I'm very bullish right now. Not just in the short term, but in the midterm and long term. Because there's a chance for XRP that if things play out properly, especially with the stablecoin announcement, there may be a chance once it gets over $1 that it legitimately never comes back below, because it'd be quite embarrassing if XRP was below $1 and the stablecoin's above $1, just in my own interpretation. And now, last but not least, we've had another move here with XRP Healthcare. As we see, it's at 6 cents. And it's up, another 10% from this morning. It hit its technical target on this short-term move now as it came up to about 6.2. But this is just one that I wanted to continue to update so everybody could see. And like I always say, when you have breakouts, it's very rare that you don't come back down and retest the breakout structure. And you're going to see that probably very clearly here with XRP Healthcare. It had a overzealous push up to about 6.7. And now it needs the back test. So if it can hold 5.16, this would be another continuation. But at least for the short term, it's filled out this new, technical target. It did it very quickly after this morning. And now it satisfied the technical target out of the short-term breakout, which that 6.2 was the target from here. I don't know what happened to it. But our target, when we first started, and the importance of this, is when it bounced off of here, our target was to hit right here. Yes, it ran over, and we had a slightly different target when we created the ascending formations. But the point is it now filled out the short-term target. And now we have to break it out into the new potential retracements because we don't know what's going to happen, but it's filled out every target. And now we have a new resistance up here that we know of. What is this? 678. So I want to put this up here just so I know. But 678 is that new resistance. 628 we don't need to keep up there. That was just the technical target. But now in order to have a continuation, you'd have to get on top of the obvious pattern swing high. So now we're going to see the formation that forms here. Do we come back down here and retest the pattern breakout at 515? Because we can see we had a very bullish setup as we talked about last night. I had the inverted left arm, inverted head, inverted right arm. We talked about how it was just very bullish. And now it broke out inverted left arm, inverted head, inverted right arm, and now it pushed up. But now the question is this the end of the move? Or is this just the start? Because now we've come up so far that it kind of behooves us not to have some kind of consolidation. So, just from where it started this uptrend at 16517, this move has gone up, 270% roughly. So, it's been a pretty incredible move here. If we just look at where we bought it from, the initial first buy, and I've been buying it through and through now. I have 52,000 plus tokens being staked at 20% over 6 months. But when we started buying here at 1.9, we'll just say 2.2, because that's when a lot of people started buying that were watching. They started getting interested when it started making that initial move. It hit over about 200%, but right now, even if it has the retracement back down to 5.2, it's up 130%. Right now, it's up 164%. Now, it doesn't have to retrace all the way. This has been shown to have a little bit of steam, but I think if we're being honest with ourselves with the technical analysis, and if you're looking at the next opportunity to buy more, if that's what you're doing like I am at every retracement, I've got a large stack now, so buying another 1,000 or 2,000 here, I'm not going to be like, oh my God. But I'm certainly not going to buy. It's showing a big inverted hammer if it comes down as well. So 515 would be a great area to target a new buy, or to be targeting a first area, and you can buy it on the XRP wallet. If you appreciated this update or you enjoy what you see here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join the over 21,200 subscribers. If you would do me a favor before you leave and hit that like button so YouTube recommends this update, I would greatly appreciate it. More people will see it in their feeds, and older and newer viewers will find their way back here. If you appreciate my work, consider sending one YouTube super chat or joining Tom's Army, in the month, as it does help me fund the program. And other than that, if you're looking to buy XRP, in the video description below and or pinned comments, there's BITUNIX. It's the lowest spot and leverage trading fees in the USA. And if you're looking to trade without having to use a VPN or use a KYC, you can use BITUNIX. So consider that. Have a blessed afternoon, everybody. Make sure you use these updates wisely and pay attention to XRP. XRP is in a bullish momentum here. If we can hold the 593 level, we're looking for a push up first layer to that 60.03 level. And then if we can confirm this breakout, this bull flag, we'll end up pushing up to 61.68 cents. And that's when it gets interesting. If we can hold that 4.2% move and get on top of this descending consolidation, this is suggesting we have a technical breakup of 75 cents. So we have to break these short-term movements. But if it does break bullish, we've got a nice move up. Stay blessed, everybody, and don't let your emotions dictate what happens. #BeBetterDoBetter in the comments if you got anything out of this.